Right, today we have a small tidbit that further confirms the possibilities of Apple ditching the touch bar on the M1X MacBook Pro, and so let's delve into the report. But first, make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumors, and with that being said, let's just tuck in. So I'm sure many of you guys know by now that Apple does plan to remove the touch bar on the next MacBook Pro. We've heard about this from Min-Chi Kuo and Mark Gurman, who are both very accurate, and now we have a third source corroborating them, who is also very, very reliable, and that is Ross Young, who is a display expert. The man knows everything about displays in the world of consumer tech, and so yes, he corroborates with Min-Chi Kuo and Mark Gurman, and says that yes, Apple does plan to kill the touch bar very, very soon. So basically, DSCC, which is Ross Young's display company, released a report on the uses of OLED within the industry and says that apparently right now the touch bar is the third most common use of OLED displays, which is actually kind of insane, and then goes on to say that this might not be the case in the near future because there are reports to suggest that Apple plans to kill the touch bar with the M1X MacBook Pro. Now, Ross Young has deep connections within the supply chain, and so we can trust this information, and so if he does believe Apple's gonna cancel the touch bar in the near future, that does mean it's very likely to happen, in my opinion. Now, some of you may wonder why Apple is removing the touch bar on these MacBooks, and it's because the touch bar was a pretty controversial move, because not only was it not so reliable for some users, but also a lot of professionals preferred a regular function row because, of course, they're used to it, they've been using a regular function row for years, and so especially for those who touch type, it's kind of a pain to use the touch bar because the controls are gonna keep changing as you alternate between different applications, and I can see that being a pain for some, and so yes, I think Apple's making the right move here by removing it, especially since, like I said, it wasn't very popular to begin with. As for those who did enjoy the touch bar, I'm sorry, but you guys are in the minority, and so yes, I do suggest you get the M1 MacBook Pro instead. In fact, I can see Apple keeping around the base M1 MacBook Pro for those who do need the touch bar, but of course, I don't expect many developers to continue supporting the touch bar in the near future. Now yes, I know some of you guys might say that Apple has done unpopular things in the past. For example, removing the headphone jack or removing the charger from the box, but they never reverted back before, and so why are they doing it with the touch bar? Well, the examples I just mentioned are related to the iPhone, which is a mass consumer device. Most average consumers are going to buy it, and most average consumers are more likely to accept these emissions. But of course, the Mac market, specifically the MacBook Pro market, is pretty much professionals, and they just hate change in general. For example, Apple tried to adopt USB Type-C as the common standard, but professionals hated that, and they wanted their legacy ports back, which Apple is now planning to bring back with the new MacBooks. And so, like I said, a lot of professionals have been using the function row for years, and so they don't want to adapt to a new standard. They just want everything to work just like it has in the past. And so yes, I can see why Apple is shifting back to the legacy ports and the regular function row with the new MacBooks, since they are built for pros. We saw a bit of this thinking with the 16-inch MacBook Pro because we saw the return of the Magic Keyboard that professionals preferred, and also they gave them a physical escape key because, again, many professionals wanted that feature. And so it seems with the MacBooks, Apple's focusing on listening to their prosumers and giving them what they want. I do also want to say that there is a major advantage to the lack of a touch bar, and that is maybe Apple can offset the cost of the new design and mini LED with the removal of the touch bar, because I'm sure the touch bar was expensive to make, and so yes, because it's no longer there, that could mean the prices could stay the same. Anyways, let me know in the comments below, were you a fan of the touch bar or not? Anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumors. Check out the video in the iCard above about the new iPad mini. And on that note, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya, peeps.